Hey guys, so a little different than what you're used to seeing on my desk, but recently I was at the mall with my daughters and they took notice at the uh, Hello Kitty lineup of girl boards that they had at one of the skate clothing shops, and it piqued their interest in skateboarding. And we came home and I was playing, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, and they're sitting there watching me and they're interested in it, so they want to learn. And I went ahead and I haven't skated in a while. When I was younger, I was a skater. It's been a minute. Okay, like it's been a minute. But I decided, you know what? If they're interested, I'm gonna pick up a board and I will lead by example. I'll show them how it's done. And honestly, they're so interested in it. I wanted to make some videos showing them, how to put together your board. And so that's what this little mini series is going to turn into. I just want them to be able to, you know, look back if I'm not around, they can just look up and see what to do. How to change out your bearings, how to change out your wheels, your trucks. So it's going to be a little mini series, separate from locks. If you aren't interested, feel free to just skip past this video. But if you do want to learn, or you're somebody just getting into skating, this might help you too. So uh, I went ahead and picked up this complete chocolate Steven Perez then and now deck. This is a 775 for those wondering. And it came just like this. So the board, the grip tape, the wheels, the trucks, all of this is from chocolate. And I'm not a big fan of the chocolate trucks. So I was going to put some indies on here, but I decided, you know what? Since it's a 775, let's see, what I can get out of it. So I went and picked up these Tensor Maglite 5.0s, which is supposed to be the perfect trucks for a 775 from Tensor. So width-wise, so I'm gonna throw these on. I've also got the Spitfire 54 millimeter wheels. Honestly, the wheels weigh more than the trucks on this. These trucks weigh nothing. Without the wheels, it doesn't even feel like I'm holding anything. So I am interested in how it's gonna feel when I take this out and try to grind a curb or something. But I'm going to show you guys how to take it apart and put your new trucks on your skateboard. So I'm going to use my Spitfire skate tool here. It's got 3 different sizes, so everything that you need to handle taking off your wheels, your trucks, your hardware bolts, all of that. It also comes with this really cool little tool here. So one side is a Phillips, and the other side is a hex bolt, or a hex bit, because the hardware comes in 2 different styles. But what's really cool about this one is it has this little rubber O-ring on it, and when you set it down into the tool, you just pop it down, and that O-ring keeps it from falling out. So, uh, you know, I know when I was a kid, I used to throw these in my backpack, and the tool would just go flying somewhere. So that's pretty cool that it takes a lot to get that to come out. The O-ring is a pretty clutch idea. And you can also, this is going to be a Phillips head. These are all Phillips head screws. But I'm going to go ahead and use my little baby skill here. But you could use that tool if you want. For the video's sake, I am going to use my little baby drill here. So right off the bat, what you're going to do is take your super cool Spitfire skate tool, and you're going to set it here onto your first bolt or your nut there, and we are going to hold the screwdriver on the other side, and we're going to loosen our hardware here. So there we go. Help it out just a little bit. And remove the first screw. And keep them together. You don't want to lose these. Now, some of you guys might be looking around at what type of hardware you should be getting if you've not skated before. A lot of you guys you're going to see like Shorties, for instance, is a big popular one. Independent is another one. Honestly, man, when it, like growing up the way that I did, I didn't have a lot, and hardware is pretty cheap as it is. Honestly, I just go with whatever I see. When it comes to hardware, it's not a big deal. I know like the shorties, you can get a whole pack for a few bucks. Same with independent, but honestly, don't put a whole lot of thought into it because it doesn't really matter. The length of your hardware is honestly what matters more. We're gonna go ahead and loosen that one up. But the length, so 7/8 is really what you're looking for if you don't use risers. And I'll talk about risers in another video for you guys. But if you don't use risers, 7/8 is really the sweet spot when it comes to hardware for your trucks. Because as you can see, this is 7/8 and the bolt, it doesn't really protrude like crazy. When you get those 1-inch screws, they'll kind of overhang a little bit and it just looks a little goofy. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just going to look weird. So that's really it. It's really just the size that's going to kind of be the issue, not really the hardware itself. So I use 7/8 because I don't use risers. Or I'm going to find out because I've never used tensors either. So let's go ahead and we're going to grab our first truck. And all we're going to do is we've removed our old truck and we're just going to fit this right back on. So when you're learning, keep these together. I always suggest using like a paper plate to hold your hardware when you're new. So that way, it doesn't go rolling off somewhere. And then you want the bushing side to be facing inward towards the center of the board. And what we're going to do is throw in our first bolt here. And we're going to throw a nut. We're not going to tighten it yet. We're just going to throw it on to just hold it on here. And we're going to do the other side here. So we're going to go ahead and push that through. And just like so. It's pretty straightforward here. You don't want to like over tighten anything and cause any pressure cracks on your board. So just be mindful of that. But this is how you swap out your trucks. So it's really simple, you guys. And I know you guys are new skaters. Again, I'm talking to my kiddos here when I'm making this video mainly. But if you are a new skater, I'm talking to you too. Don't worry. Don't feel left out. But it is, don't be afraid to, try to take apart your board and just put it back together and just practice with it, you guys. You got this. You guys are going to be awesome out there. So once you have everything together, we're going to go ahead and start tightening up our hardware here. So making sure that it's not cross-threading, you want to do the first by hand, just a couple times. So one thing about the tool that I'm noticing is this is getting in the way on the truck, so I'm going to just remove the tool. It is meant to be removed when I'm doing this anyway, so no fault to Spitfire. This is actually still a cool tool, but the way it's intended, it wasn't supposed to be on there. So I'm going to go ahead and just tighten these up. And first couple by hand just to make sure. And our final one at the bottom here, we're going to hold the screw with the screwdriver. And from here, we now can, it's a little hard because of the angle I'm at, but let me just go ahead and use the little tool here. Make it a little easier for the video's sake. So we're going to go ahead and tighten it down. You want it to be tight, but not like, you don't want to like stress your board out. So then what we're going to do is finish off these last two, just like that. And then our last one, which is still a little bit loose here, we're going to do this one by hand. We're just going to go ahead and tighten them down. So, booyah. So, nice and tight. Now, that is all there is to installing your new set of trucks. So, I want you guys to be confident. Go ahead and take them apart. Take them off your board, put them back on, take them off, put them back on. Practice it, Get really comfortable with your board. Before you ever even go out there and start trying to ollie and all of that, go out there and ride and just get comfortable, but take apart your board and put it back together. Once you have that bond with your board, you're going to feel way more comfortable on it, and you guys are going to have a ton of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this other side up off camera, and then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to test this thing out because I'm actually excited to skate. I have not been on a skateboard in 12 years. It's been a minute, you guys. I have not been, but if my kids can do it, I can do it. I want to see you guys succeed at this. I want to see you guys have a lot of fun, and go ahead and I'm gonna eventually tag more videos on how to change your wheels, your bearings, loosening and tightening your trucks, and even eventually, once I get another deck, I will show you guys how to install your grip tape. So I am proud of you guys for wanting to jump into this and learn how to skateboard. And if you guys are still doing this and you guys want to learn more, feel free to click the next video. If you're my kids, definitely you're going to click the next video and you're going to learn how to do this because there's no going back now. You guys are in it now. But thank you guys for watching. I know it's not locks, but it's just a little side quest that I'm working on. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate the subscribers. If you like what you're watching, feel free to give a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And I will catch you guys in the next video.